A time in the week when I bring one of the most troublesome men from Bundoran on
That is
with
a
me.
long list.
Ocean FM.
Ocean Drives films with Eclipse,
Goat and Crime 101.
hot dogs, ice cream, and more to your seat. Find out more at Eclipse.
Yes, indeed, it is that time in the week when I bring one of the most troublesome men from Bundoran on
That
with
is a
me.
long list, my friend. That is a long list. I am definitely not near the top of that one.
Yeah, Collie, what is the crack? Good to see you again.
It's always pleasure, Paddy. It's always great when you're stepping in, and especially when we've exciting stuff to talk about. Mind you, I don't think we've ever run out of stuff to talk with. Even the weeks where it's been slim pickings, and there's been a couple of weeks we've been all together, there's slim pickings, and we'd be off air going, "Oh, I don't know what we'll talk about," and then,
Yeah.
oh well, we've got those three things that we mentioned, but.
Yeah, but do you know what the gas thing is? When you sent me through the list of films that we're talking about, this is probably one of the first weeks where I'm like, I don't know any of these.
Oh, really? Oh,
No,
that
okay.
makes it more fun.
So the first one, obviously, I just played. I don't know if you could hear this, but I just played Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights. So I did, okay.
Yeah.
So let's maybe start there.
Yeah, and I think probably I should start with. So my knowledge, like obviously I know the Wuthering Heights. I've heard of Wuthering Heights. I know the song. I love the song. There's a social media of me dancing to the song. However, my knowledge of the story begins and ends with the song, right? Announced they were making another version, and you go, "Oh, it's like Jane Eyre and stuff like that." They make a version, Sense and Sensibility, every couple of years, and then they said it's the woman from Saltburn who made it, right? And you're going,
Okay.
"Oh, hello," and then they're going, and it stars Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi, who are both brilliant actors, but not who you would imagine when
Yeah.
from the story. So I was extremely intrigued, and I went. So I was going in to watch it this morning, right? But I broke my golden rule and I had a quick glance at some of the reviews. Now, I only ever read the headlines, right?
Yeah.
And they were sort of, I would say, mixed, lukewarm. Everyone said, it's good enough, but not really. But then when I looked a little bit more, it was all because they were going, oh, we see, because I read the book when I was 14 and I
Yeah.
loved the book and all that. I have never read the book. And here's the thing. I thought it was brilliant, Paddy.
Yeah.
This is great.
Now I love Margot Robbie, I have to
Yeah.
say. Is the song Wuthering Heights in the movie?
It is not in the movie.
Oh,
But what is in the movie is a soundtrack by Charlie XCX, right?
how very modern.
So very modern. And that's what it is, I think. And I think this is the way to enjoy this movie, right? Whether you're an expert on Bronte or you never heard of that song that you played was the first time
Yeah.
people go, how do you wuther a height?
Yeah.
It is to go in with eyes open and just let it rush over you. It is so stylistic. It's so modern and old-fashioned at the same time. There's no way people were wearing those clothes. There's no way the big house was painted those colors. I don't care, Paddy.
Yeah.
I don't care because it's meant to be. It's a feast for the eyes, and not just because Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi are gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
The pair of them, but everything in this shot. There's like scenes of death that are gorgeous because everything is done like a perfume ad at Christmas. You know, one of those posh ones that you go,
Yeah.
"What's that for?" And somebody's going, "They're trying to sell you cologne." I didn't even get that. You know, one of those.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, but with passion and sex appeal and doom. There's
Yeah.
doom everywhere in it, right? And again, as I said, it's a woman who brought a Saltburn, right? So she knows how to do a big dramatic story with kind of tongue bit in cheek, I think. She's not taking the mickey out of the story, but she's
Yeah.
also going, you're here for the sexiness, right? And like,
Is there any kind of like vibes of like Bridgerton style in it, or totally different?
oh, that's a good question. I think it's kind of, well, it's very Bridgerton aware in that, say, the modern
Say that's a good
soundtrack.
question.
With,
And we'll lose Collie as soon as we say that's a good
yeah.
question. Oh,
Well,
you're back there.
I'm back
Sorry,
now.
you
So
put-
it was obviously Bridgerton. Right, you can't mention us. We're Netflix, and this is a movie. No, so I think with the style of the music, for example, the modern music and the sort of slightly modern dress sense, and not worrying too much about like the language being always perfectly,
Yeah.
of its time. There's a bit of that, but it's definitely edgier because like it's nastier.
Yeah,
And I mean that as a compliment. I mean, I didn't realize how much backbiting there is in this story,
Yeah.
but there's always this era of doom where, I haven't seen loads of Bridgerton, but I think, it's always aiming, there's a bit of bitchiness, but it's aiming for happy endings in more ways than one. And in this one, it's all, there's all dark clouds. And like, even like the wedding day, they have it out in the moors. There's no way you would have it in the moors in Yorkshire in 1840. You'd have your wedding outside, but they do. And everything is windy and rainy and gale. It's like the weather we've had it.
Yeah, literally.
But I thought it's a feast for the eyes and a feast for the heart. And maybe it is a bit shallower than other versions of it because she's kind of taken her favourite bits and made her own story. And I know there's lots of other kind of minor characters that have been left out of it who have deeper stories, but I just thought it was brilliant. I think people are going to love this over Valentine's and beyond. I think people who love it are going to absolutely adore it. They're going to go and see it 2 or 3 times. I think it's great. It won't be for everyone, and if you're a traditionalist, maybe not for you, but it's good.
Cool. So, from doom and gloom, and I'm hoping the clip I'm going to play now is not doom and gloom. So, let's give this a little spin, and then we can talk about it afterwards.
This is amazing! Last night I was fighting off roaches at my friend's crib.
What's up, go?
Now I'm playing for the thorns.
You're not just gonna play the game. You're gonna change the game.
Time to show the world this small can ball. Go.
Yeah. Now, I have to say, when I first saw the name of this, I thought, is this going to be like an agricultural program from like Cavan or something? But it's very much, I was not expecting animated, so I wasn't.
Yeah.
But I love the trailer.
Oh yeah, the trailer is great and the film is great too. So I think this is somebody who earned an absolute bonus, who thought, right, the way people say GOAT, greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And somebody went, what if the GOAT was a goat?
Yeah.
Straight away, pay rise, let's make a movie. That's all, straight away they said that, but like snakes on a plane, GOAT is a goat, And look, we said this last week before I'd seen it, now I've seen it. It's kind of like Sing, but instead of music, it's basketball. So if you've all these different animals play basketball, most of them are big, but like the giraffe obviously is good at basketball, but is tender and willowy, and then there's the rhinos are playing, and then there's this little goat who has the skill, but does he have the size? Does he have the heart big enough? I think we all know the answer. But we're coming up to midterm. It's perfect midterm fare. And what I always think about for parents as well is it one that they go, okay, the kids are going to enjoy it. We know the kids enjoy most of them, but am I going to hate every minute of it? No, you're not. It's lovely. It's fun. It has all the messages in the right way. Now, there's definitely a couple of, I'm not a basketball fan, I'm a big sports fan, but not particularly basketball. And I know there's a lot of, like Steph Curry, the basketball hero, helped write it. And I know there's loads of cameos and stuff that were straight over my head, right?
Yeah.
But it's just perfect midterm fare. I think people have really enjoyed.
And I have to say, even as an adult, that's the type of thing I would be like, oh, I want to go and see that just because it's going to be feel good stuff, and that's what we need.
And non-stop fun. Whereas Wuthering Heights is a lot of smouldering looks where nobody's saying anything. There is no moment where there's nothing happening in GOAT. It's bang, 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 bang for your buck. It's good fun.
Speaking of feel good things that make me happy and put a smile on my face, Chris Hemsworth.
I thought you might say that.
Chris Hemsworth in Crime 101. Talk to us about this.
Okay, so this is the one I haven't seen because Sony, they're a great film company, but they never unlock their movies till the day of the show, which drives me nuts. But Chris Hemsworth, I'm really looking forward to this one because I thought, it's been a while since we've a crime drama. Chris Hemsworth, Barry Keoghan's in it, Mark Ruffalo, Halle Berry, but then people have been comparing it to Heat and saying, and comparing it favourably rather than it's no heat. Like, so it is one of these, I suppose, like a throwback to the films 70s and 80s I loved, where, it's a kind of cops and robbers, that sort of thing. But the really intelligent robber against the really intelligent cop up against each other. Can Chris Hemsworth pull off one last big score before Mark Ruffalo takes them down? I think you could almost categorize this into one of they don't make movies like this anymore. They do.
Yeah.
They do if people come and see them. And like they're proper good stars. Whether any of them would be enough for a movie on their own, that's quite a cast to have together in a grown-up crime drama. And while Wuthering Heights, I think it's brilliant, but it is very stylistic and a bit, I wouldn't say silly, but it is, you got to go with it. This is one for people who like, your Serpicos, your Heats, those sort of dramas. stuff when De Niro and Pacino were at their height. This is they would have starred in this.
Yeah, I was watching the trailer earlier on, and it was like, oh, this seems good. Now, it does seem like a good kind of movie. I have seen based on the trailer, and I know they'll tend to put in like some of the really stronger bits in the trailer, but it did seem really, really good.
But you went, you looked at that and went, "There's a story, right?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what you thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Right, we've just under a minute ago, but I want to find out more about Misted Monday, because again, this was one that I didn't know about. Marty Supreme.
Okay, so this is my second big confession of the week. First was I've never seen Wuthering Heights, and this is one of the biggest movies of the year, and I didn't see it. It came out at Christmas. I took some time off, and I never caught up with it. This is probably the one. It's A24. It's kind of indie movie. They got Timothée Chalamet, and they've made more money for this than they have made for anything else. Blew so many of its competitors out of the water. He may well win the Oscar for it. Everyone loves it. I have not seen it. He plays a ping pong hero from the 50s, roughly based on a true story, but it stylistically goes mad, full of nervous energy. It's meant to be great. I'm going to go and see it Monday for $5.50. Why don't you?
Collie, thank you so much. And of course, we're better to go than Eclipse Cinemas. You can put the feet up, have the pizza, chill out in big comfy chairs. We'll chat to you again same time next week, sir.
Bye.